Wonderful. So now that we are live, we would like to very warmly welcome everyone to this competition, to the Entrepreneurship Sports Generation India National Finals 2021. We'd also request one of our team members to start sharing the presentation that we have prepared. And in the meantime, we are really delighted to have you all here with us. And thank you so much for your time and for making time on the weekend. We are really excited, and we have a very exciting leg of the tournament with us today, and something that we have also planned for you. And we will begin by telling you a tiny bit about what ESG actually is and why the movement is actually important. So while we are figuring out the couple issues with the presentation, let me also begin by telling you that, over the next decade, we actually need to create over 1 billion new jobs. We also need to ensure that we leave a better planet for the further generations, as it is highlighted in the 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals. We believe that entrepreneurial initiatives are the solution of these pressing issues. The community of the entrepreneurship sports generation that we have today, and which has actually all of us included, will help the entrepreneurs grow and become global enterprises, creating a better future that all of us are aspiring for. And ESG, the Entrepreneurship Sports Generation, is a flagship initiative of the Global Education and Leadership Foundation, TGELF for short. At TGELF, we have been working for over the past 2 decades to groom ethical and altruistic leaders all around the world. And through our entrepreneurship initiatives in the past several years, we have impacted more than 500,000 startups globally. For us at the foundation, supporting entrepreneurship and innovation has always been one of the core areas of operation, and we have raised and made available over $7.5 billion for startups and organizations that support startups through their initiatives. So for the ESG, we have also put together a rewards basket that is available for participants globally. Now, in regard to how the competition is actually structured, similarly to international sporting leagues, the ESG tournament has several tiers, and the winning entrepreneurs from the national finals, in our case, will be presenting their country at the Confederation finals. We would really want to express our gratitude to our partners here today who have joined hands with us. We would like to thank them for helping us move on our quest towards sustainable and conscious entrepreneurship. So let us begin the movement to build better, and make entrepreneurship the new heartbeat of the world. And today we are very pleased to have 4 experts who have agreed to become our jury members for today's competition, and it's a pleasure for us to introduce them. So first of all, we have Mr. Vijeta Shastri, who is the Executive Director at TIE Bangalore, possessing 27 years of handling and challenging assignments in the service industry, hospitality, retail, and others. Mr. Shastri is currently Executive Director at TIE Bangalore. His specialities include open innovation, marketing, and implementing tie-ups, among others. Next, we also have with us Mr. Abhishek Surendran, who is the co-founder at T2D3 Capital. Abhishek has more than 8 years of venture investing experience. He is the co-founder of T2D3 Capital, a stage-agnostic investment firm focused on enterprise tech and SaaS businesses. He has invested in over 12 companies at an early stage and has been on the board of some of India's leading SaaS and AI companies. Next, with us, we also have Anupama Bala, who is Senior Consultant for Marketing, Media, and Global Funding. Anupama holds proven track record of heading business units, ideating and executing more than 500 events via profit center management, strategic alliances, B2B, B2C business development, along with 360-degree mega events, concept to execution, celebrity endorsements, sales leadership, etc. And last but not least, we also have with us Garima Mitra, who is the co-founder at Tree Life. Garima is a lawyer by profession and leads the legal and compliance segment for Tree Life Consulting. She advises emerging businesses in developing the best and most effective legal frameworks. Her enterprise and expertise includes fundraising, SaaS contracts, and data protection. And with that, thank you so much to our experts once again for joining us. And we would now like to proceed to a couple of reminders before we begin our event. So you will have 3 minutes to pitch and 3 minutes for a question and answer session. And again, requesting you to really keep track of the time that will be shown to you in the closed captioning at the bottom of the screen. And please be informed that you will also be controlling your presentation yourself in order for you to go in a space that would be convenient for you. And we will also request you to keep yourself muted when you're not speaking and keep your videos on when you're presenting. So without further ado, let us proceed to the pitches today. And first, we would like to welcome Data Blair. Please start screen sharing. Kamal,
is it visible?
Yes, your screen is perfectly visible and your time starts now.
Okay, so thank you so much for the opportunity. Welcome jury members and the audiences. So solar industry is the future. And we know that world is looking after this industry and investing a lot. And it is growing with the CAGR of 20+%. So how it works, we generate the power, we feed the grid, and we make the revenue. But it's not all. We face the problems in the process. So we need to do asset monitoring, efficient maintenance, loss reductions, and power generation predictability. So that's where the product of ours come, which is a central monitoring system. It's a software based upon high-end technologies, including machine learning. So how it works, it connects all the data out of SCADA systems. We aggregate it, we analyze it, give some report generations, we target where to work upon, and we optimize the output. So this system is proven. We have a client called Acme India, Acme Solars. So we have deployed this system in their 42 sites, monitoring their 1.5 gigawatt with the 8 months of operations. And we get one more pilot test with AMP Solars. So the revenue model is a subscription based, 100 rupees per megawatt per month, and add-ons also there. And Team Data Blair is located in Shimla, supported by IIT Mandi Catalyst. We are the two founders. This is our second startup, and we come from a very diverse background of management as well as engineering. We have 3 employees and 5 interns in working in different domains of business, marketing, sales, and development. We have 3 mentors with great experiences. So this is all, and we are Data Blair, and we meant to be like if solar industry is the fuel for the future, we want to be the fuel for solar industry. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kamal. And now over to our jury members for their questions.
Yeah, hi, this is Anupama Kamal. And quite interestingly, I've heard about your company because I belong to Mandi, and I am involved in the IIT incubation. So interestingly, I have heard of your company. So I have a question for you. We are hearing a lot about solar energy, and there are certain state governments which have issued directives that new constructions coming up have to have solar powered sustainable energy systems. So my question would be, the problem is, to my mind, procurement of the product itself, and implementation of it in higher reaches where actually you get a lot of sun. So are you addressing this problem, and how are you addressing this problem?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Anupama. See, the solar industry is being there, and they are deploying the solar panels and the solar power plants all across the country. So the problem they are facing was to store the power. And then they realized like there are some lithium-ion solutions, lithium-ion batteries. Then these hydrogen-based solutions are coming up, and the grid monitoring is one of them. If you feed grid with a lot of energy, it will burst up and cause a complete blackout. So we need to monitor like how much of energy the plant will going to produce in next day. So we are planning to solve this problem with the help of AI, where we will get some data, some previous data, feed into the system, build the model, and then we'll predict like this much of energy we're going to produce.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Kamal, I think we would all like to know a little bit about your sales and also about your team. Just give us a brief. We have 1 minute left. Yeah, thanks.
Perfect. So we have a team of engineers. We have team from sales and marketing background. Also, we have some mentors from IIT itself and from solar background also.
Any other questions, perhaps? None? Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your pitch, and thank you for our jury members too for the questions. And now let us proceed to our second participant of the day, Team Roadmatrix. Over to you, please.
Yeah, thank you.
Please share screen, Deepan.
Yeah, you're able to see the screen, right?
Yes, once the presentation is on.
Yeah, sure. So hello everyone. So we are Roadmatrix. We provide AI-based road mapping service. So the problem we all know is the road condition. So manual inspections are tedious, and with the traditional way of manual human inspection, they can't do the several hundreds of thousands of road defects is impractical right now. So our solution was to automate the entire process with the computer vision enabled AI solution. So entire road assessment can be done automated using just a simple smartphone infrastructure, and evaluation can be done as less as 2 weeks. So the extracting valuable information is simple. So they city authorities just have to mount the smartphone on the car's windshield and start uploading the data. And every 10 feet the car moves, it will collect an image and upload it to our server. And the automatic evaluation can be live to the platform. So this is a Roadmatrix platform which enables them to visualize the entire city's road network infrastructure with the road condition, road assets, and everything. So we provide level 0 to level 4 based road assessment. So this is an AI classification guide. So it includes everything from a small crack to a big pothole. That includes alligator crack, raveling, patch, pothole, horizontal crack, and everything. So use of the AI, Roadmatrix AI. So the entire platform and the AI can be used to allocate the budget very efficiently in the city. They can also prioritize the maintenance, which roads need the prioritized maintenance, which road have the most number of potholes. They can also visualize the entire city road network, high resolution imagery, and also do the analytics-based town planning. We also provide 5-level road assessment rating to the road with international PCI-based rating, that is pavement condition-based rating. So this is a competitive landscape. We have 2 competitors right now in USA and Germany. In India, we don't have any competition providing similar kind of services. And here also we have the feature advantage plus the competitive pricing. So for the company background, so we are founded in 2019 in Bangalore, India. We have a seasoned team from a mapping space and deep domain experience from some of the startup like Tesla and Velodyne LiDAR. Me, myself, and Mishal Jariwala started this 2 years ago, and later joined by my third co-founder, Nikhil Prasad Maroli. So we are backed by some of the prominent name also, like 100x VC, Blackshell Capital, T-Hub, and we also got recognized by the government as one of the top 3 AI startup in mobility and Raise AI 2020. So our current engagement include city of Jamshedpur, which is private city under the Tata Group, Electronic City in Bangalore, and as a part of the scaling up to the more mature market in UK and USA, we also have the expression of interest from 3 counties in UK with successful pilot.
Apologies, Deepan. I'm afraid your time is up. Now let us proceed to the questions from the jury.
Yeah, of course.
Hi, can I begin? I have, this is Anupama. Okay, because I didn't see anybody's hand up. So, okay, you already mentioned that you have 2 competitors, so they may not be in India. So my question would be, what is your edge? And can you be replicated, because somebody out there already has something like what you're doing? So what is your edge here, and how do you counter replication, if any? Thank you.
Yeah, so first of all, our edge would be the more features. So we have provided the end-to-end solution for the road monitoring and the maintenance process. So we provide additional features like utilities team, which the utilities team can navigate towards the pothole from the enterprise platform. They can repair the pothole, they can upload the picture, and that can in the real time can be reflected over the platform. So some of the more features like that, asset management also, we detect over the 65 kind of road assets like speed limits, road signs, traffic signal, dividers, all the things. So which we have the advantage over the features, and being in Indian present and our tech team in India, we have the more than 80 to 90% difference in pricing advantage also.
Hello, Deepan. So who your customers are? Who are your customers?
So currently for India, we have some of the private cities as a customer, like Jamshedpur city, entire owned by the Tata Group, Electronic City in Bangalore, Mahindra City, Mahindra Origin City in Chennai and Jaipur. And we are also in.
So are these private players, or they are municipalities? Or
No. Currently they are private players, but we are talking with the municipalities. We are talking with the Border Road Organization also, BRO, which handles all the border roads of India. So yeah, these are some of the customers, and we also recently had done a successful pilot with the UK counties, 3 of the UK counties.
And how are they paying you? That is what your billing model?
Yeah, so billing model is a per kilometer pricing. So for the UK, we are charging them 25 to 30 pound per kilometer.
Deepan, this is Garima here. According to you, what till now, since you've also raised funds and everything, according to you, what is your biggest challenge?
So biggest challenge would be the scaling up, and also as India is developing country, there are some of the problems scaling up to the government, working with the government. There are lots of kind of misinterpretations present, like working with the government also. So that was one of our biggest challenge.
How are you looking to combat those challenges?
Yeah. So we just are in process to combat that challenges by creating a channel partners. So we have created several channel partners with the different states who would have the internal connects with the government, either with the PWD department or the road maintenance department. They would be selling our solution to the government and would be working on a revenue sharing model.
Thank you very much, Deepan. Thank you very much to our judges. And now let us proceed to the next participant, Team Expression. Over to you.
Thank you. I'll just share my screen.
Perfect. If you're
Should I
ready,
start?
now. Yes.
Yeah. Globally, over 1 billion people need a home today. And this number would go up to 1.6 billion by 2025. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Abhimanyu Singh, co-founder of Team Expressions. And we have a green construction technique that will help in people getting affordable homes. Construction industry needs to reinvent itself. This is one of the oldest industry, but unfortunately the most conservative industry. This industry is still using age-old materials, methods, and processes. And we are challenging them by providing a new age construction technique that uses recycled paper as a construction material. And our value proposition is to provide ready to assemble, cost-effective, fast, modular, and sustainable new age construction system. We call this as a wonder material. This wonder material is called composite paper honeycomb panels. This has composite recycled paper honeycomb in its core that is sandwiched between cement fiber board. So this is how the board looks like. This construction technique is 100% eco-friendly. This is cost-effective. This is super fast. This is modular in nature. This has very, very high insulation and acoustical values. And this is the only drywall system in the market which is 100% eco-friendly. In terms of market, we are looking to target the Indian market, which is 19 million household, and we are targeting 2.5% of that market in the next 5 years. In terms of target customer, it's a B2B2C model because our end consumers are not the paying consumer. That's why we are working closely with architects, builders, and developers. And our end users are hotels, hospitality industry, affordable housing segment, etc. If you can see the market positioning, we have a really unique positioning, which is fast in construction, low in cost. And our nearest competitors are the precast building industry. And that is really, really expensive. In terms of customer value proposition, Expressions is playing on two dimensions, time and sustainability. We reduce the time of construction by 70%, and we reduce the cost of construction also by 50%. Because time in terms of resources, money because it's a modular system, cost also because it's a prefabricated system. We design everything in the factory, and then we assemble on site. In terms of climate impact, because it's a drywall system, as I mentioned, we reduce the water consumption by 90% than traditional construction methods. We also reduce the construction residue by 90% because it's a modular system. We reduce the CO2 emission by 50%, and we use only 100% recyclable materials. Our key partners are panel manufacturers, intermediaries. Our revenue model is it's a B2B2C model, and the next phase will be going B2C also. We have done $30,000 of traction till now. We have already done 10 paid pilots and 3 manufacturers on board. We are a team of 5 people. It's been 2.5 years we are doing this, and we have won over 16 awards globally. Let's innovate the construction industry together. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And let us now proceed to the question and answer session with our jury members.
Hi, Abhimanyu?
Hi.
Yes. So Abhimanyu, you said that all of this material is manufactured in a factory. So where is this? So is it manufactured under the company in terms of, is this contracted jobs, or do you have your own manufacturing setup?
It's contract manufacturing with 5 of manufacturers across India. And it's a patented technique. So that's why we have signed a contract so that they don't share with other people also.
Got it. And the patent has been granted?
The patent has been granted in the month of March, and we got the process patent of sandwiching the panel of the resin and also for the installation.
Got it. And everything is made in India?
Yes.
Got it.
Are you going to be collaborating with builders across the country to do this, or is a venture you heading out on your own? How does it work?
We are collaborating with a lot of real estate developers like Mahindra, Tata Housing, Mahindra Life Spaces, and so that's the best way to go to because end consumers are not the paying customers. So these are the organizations which are in between. So that's why it's a B2B2C model. It becomes easy for us to deploy the solutions. So that's why we are working with these organizations.
And just for my interest, how receptive have they been to this as compared to the concrete setup?
So initially it was really difficult. I would say still it is difficult because it has paper in its core. So like training and skill development and educating our client has become an integral part of our pitch deck or whatever. So once the organization is convinced, it becomes easier. But yes, that's the barrier. So that's why we involve architects also in between, because they are the influencers. And once architect is convinced, it becomes easier to convince the end user or the organization.
Thank you.
Do you have any pilot projects, Abhimanyu?
We have done 12 pilots already successfully.
Okay. And what are the margins that you all are working on right now?
Right now, the margins are 30%, but for the mass construction projects, we are looking at 35 to 40% of the margins.
Any other questions? If none, then thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your pitch and the responses. And now let us proceed to the next participant, AIS Bilingual Vita. Over to you, Dominic.
Hi. Is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible and your time begins now.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Dominic Sangmo. Today representing Bilingual Vitae. We are a specialized bridging platform connecting people across cultures for language learning and teaching enthusiasts, individual or an institution. I'm so sorry. When we started in the year 2018, so there was a lot of confusion. What comes first, chicken or the egg? So we came up to a conclusion that, okay, let's take chicken as chicken and egg as egg, and we'll cater them both, right? And this is what we did. We were with our people when we are working out with our MVP, right? So there's a few stuff that we did here, and we got a badge too here. The problem that we have identified is like there are few content when it comes to, see, there are lots of companies who do science and math, right? But when it comes to languages, multiple regional languages, foreign languages, there are only few companies who cater to quality content plus platform, right? So because of that, institutions face a lot of problem when it comes to supporting companies who are working on that areas, right? So because of that, again, we have another issue that comes up. Language experts, right? How many companies are there who retain language experts, right? So we are talking about an organized, messy language market. So the solution that we are talking about, a web-based application, easy for our customers for locating or listing. So content-driven, it's like blended approach, both classroom and we are talking about remote learning, right? Integrated curriculum. And these are the values that we provide to our customers, right? So school to college to industry. These are the customer relationships that we look upon. The market that we look at here from TAM to SOM. And this is a model, right? So cash flow, products and services flow, and information flow. And we hold that together, right? And we love these people. We have learned a lot from these people. And since we are in MVP state, it's a win-win for us, like pluses and both deltas, areas of improvement we look upon. This is our 18-month strategy that we have. So like 6 languages we start catering with. And this is the meter. This is how we look at we are moving, and this is how we calculate, right? And this is how we are looking at target market penetration in the big and the start and the bigger picture. The metrics we have here, and we have a bigger picture of reaching out to these numbers. And this is our best. This is the best thing to start with building a solid company. We have in-house tech, we have in-house content design, we have in-house to start with. And yes, we are a mission-driven company to inspire, prepare, and empower language learning and aspirants and teaching enthusiasts, right? With the purpose of making a difference to many lives in a billion. So we envision Bilingual Vitae to be the most recognized platform for languages. How we do that? So that vivid descriptions out there here. And please hold. This is the brief about how we have been working with our students, teachers, and audio problem might be some audio. I'm so sorry for that.
Right. So actually the time is up. So if we could post this video, proceed to the Q&A session.
Yeah, of course.
And Dominic, can you just tell us a little bit more about your sales, traction, and team, please, if you don't mind? Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Right now, we are a small team that we have started with. Traction 65 lakhs. Actually, we were working on like what are the problems, both chicken and the egg part of it, right? So what are the problems that they are facing? So we work with them. So we had around like 65 lakhs as a traction, as a revenue in the process. At the same time, 2021, what we did was we did a program with IT department and education department in our northeast part of India. So like schools, they were like going through cash flow issues and all. So we didn't sell actually. So we thought that pro bono, no? So we did a pro bono basis. So that's what we did. And right now also we are in an MVP stage. Actually, we are working on building our dream product that we are right now working on. Not launched officially.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I'm just, Dominic, I don't know if I missed that part in your presentation, but I'm just trying to get to the root of what slot does, what you're doing fit in? What was the need that you found strongly? And do you think it's a unique niche that you have found? Because there's a lot of digital education going on. So what is it that you are doing differently? And so could you just explain that to me, please?
Yes, of course. So if you're looking at India, right? So there are like many states in India. So let's talk about Northeast, no? So each and every state, they have, its geography itself is a persona, right? So 1.5 million schools are there in India, 50% ICT centers, right? So it was very important what kind of a platform we built. So we are building a progressive platform, right? It's like, yes, it's a low internet, good internet, doesn't matter, right? So this is how we started working from scratch. So when it comes to languages, right? So see, language is about communication. Topic can be science or math. So the way, the approach, right? And one most important thing is we don't disrupt teacher-led instructions, because like no one can be teacher. Instead, we build content, we build tools, we build a platform to help them. So it's like classroom teaching friendly, at the same time remote, both pedagogy and shootagogy. So that's what we look at. So when it comes to languages as a niche, so like I was into languages, like that's my background that I come from. So I've spent a lot, I was working with Tata, and I've been with many schools and I've understood the gaps in between. So that inspires me. And 2018-19, we worked with Japan, right? It was very tough, right? The flagship that government of India started with Japan. So there were few companies who are working on that. So it was a kind of a pilot project, like PPP project. So we were one of them, right? So in the process, we came to understand that, okay, these children, these skilled professionals, all working professionals, right? So how do we best help them, right? How do we best help them reach their goal, right? We have our goal, they do have their goal. So this is the reason why we said, okay, let's reimagine and let's rework on a product, right? We had a platform, but started reworking on a platform. That's how we did. And that's what inspired us. There are our students in Japan, they're doing very good. So like we can see the impact, I mean, the whole family, the whole community. So we felt that, yes, I mean, this is the direction that we are moving on. Thanks.
Apologies, Dominic. This is unfortunately the last question. Thank you so much for your pitch. And now let us proceed to our next participant, Two-Wheeler. Over to you.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Shall I begin?
Yes, please. Your time begins now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Khyati Khandelwal, the co-founder and chief strategy officer of Two-Wheeler Sabke Liye. In India, the pre-owned two-wheeler market has become, the pre-owned two-wheelers have become the need of the hour. They are budget-friendly and empower the common people to travel from one place to another. The Indian pre-owned two-wheeler industry is at least a $13 billion market, and it is still growing. But the main problem is that the market is highly unorganized and highly untapped. The end customer mainly faces three problems: lack of affordable, good quality refurbished two-wheelers, lack of verified sellers, legalities such as transfer of paperwork is another very big issue that the customers face. And that is why we bring to you Two-Wheeler, the one-stop solution for all your two-wheeler needs. Two-Wheeler is a hybrid or a phygital model where we buy a used two-wheeler from our customer, refurbish it, and sell it through a virtual showroom experience or physical experience centers. We provide free 30 days warranty, free RC transfer, and easy EMI options to make the experience more trustworthy, reliable, hassle-free, and value for money. These benefits actually enable a common man to afford a two-wheeler of their choice, since our main target audience are the blue-collar workers who are affordable, who need an affordable two-wheeler, to drive to work daily. We've also created an online bike value calculator. Oh, this is the online this thing. Yeah. We've also created an online bike value calculator, which was our core IP, to give the value of the bike instantly. This has been created with the 30 years of experience of our founder. To tell you a little bit about attraction, in 13 months since our inception, we've successfully served over 1,500 customers and have made a total turnover of more than 4 crores. Also, we're completely bootstrapped. We've also won the first runner-up at IIT Bombay's Eureka EO Global Students Awards, Unicorn Pitches India, and were in the top 9 of Thai Global Women Entrepreneurship Challenge, the Pune chapter. In the future, we plan to have strategic partnerships with various companies who are in the fields of EV, servicing, rentals, etc. This way, a customer will have a single platform, that is a single application where they can find all their two-wheeler solutions on one platform. More importantly, through our two-wheeler ambassador program, we're actually creating extra revenue-making opportunities for the blue-collar workers, especially in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, such as chaiwalas and tapriwalas. To tell you a little bit about the team, I started this company in the lockdown with my father, Mr. Krishi Khandelwal, and my sister, Disha Khandelwal. Krishi Khandelwal, founder and CEO of Two Wheeler, has 30 plus years of experience and has personally sold over 50,000 units. And he's also the president of the Pune Used Two Wheeler Association. Disha is the chief marketing officer. We also have Aditya Khandelwal, who's our finance head. We have Amrit Fatnani and Namit Rajore, who are our product and tech heads. And to mentor us, we have Mr. Derek Karunesadas and Mr. Sudhanshu Srivastav, who are the mavericks of the startup industry. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Khyati. Over to our jury members for the questions.
Hi, Kathy. So you acquire these bikes using your own capital, or you use some other financing? You're tied up with some NBFC to acquire them?
So currently we are using our own capital, but we're looking at we are looking at financing options. So yeah, so at least fund our working capital.
Okay.
In fact, sorry, sir. Please go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah. So and then when you sell these vehicles, so you said that you are again giving it on a EMI basis. So again, so that's for that you have tied up with a financing option, or that is also from your books?
So we actually buy, we refurbish it and we sell it. Not all are financed, only the ones who want to get it financed. We have 2 partners, Wheels EMI and IDFC Bank, who give these financing options. So we're partnered with them.
Thank you.
So, Khyati, I mean, today when we talk about businesses, we generally look at a lot of agile businesses, right? Very asset-light businesses. Whereas what you presented right now with also physical showrooms along with the capital expenditure that you do on the two-wheelers that you guys procure is very, very capital intensive. So does your business plan involve any kind of plan moving forward to move it to an asset-light business, or are you planning to continue in a similar fashion?
Yeah, so thank you so much for the question. So currently what so we're actually considering a franchisee model, which is in the books right now, where the franchisees will actually be our sales channels, where the franchisee will be giving the money. Using that franchisee money, we will be using that for the inventory and then making through sales. That is number one. Second, what we realized why asset heavy is we have competitors who are aggregators, but they're actually not genuinely solving the problems because they're not really providing the end-to-end solutions. Most importantly, the quality is a very big issue. And that is the reason, because of the experience, we did try an aggregator model as well, and we tried an asset heavy model as well. In the aggregator model, we did not have control. So we faced a lot of challenges, a lot of issues. And most importantly, because we were taking the guarantee, when the aggregator model happened, we had to actually incur servicing costs if the quality of the bike was not well. So we realized that instead of, going for the aggregator, we do go for asset heavy and, the inventory heavy model. And because, our turnaround time is much faster. The refurbishment happens in-house, and we also control quality and margins. We can turn around the bikes way faster. And one last point is, because of the aggregator model, what happens is buyers and sellers, if somebody wants to sell their bike immediately, they don't find a buyer instantly. Whereas in our case, if somebody wants to suppose urgently sell a bike to us, it just happens all in a matter of 20 minutes. So suppose if you want to sell your bike, we come over to your place, you come to our showroom, either way, we inspect your bike, and suppose we give you a quote instantly, and if you're okay with it, and if all the paperwork is okay with it, and then we'll immediately transfer the funds to the owner. So we take care of the entire paperwork, the financing options, the delivery, all of it.
Thank you so much, Khyati. I'm afraid the time is up, so thank you for your pitch, and thank you.
Thank you.
Over to our next team, Team O2. Over to you, O2 Himalaya.
Hi everyone.
Hello, Mandira.
Yeah, I have a video pitch. I'll be sharing that.
Sure.
One second. 1 second, okay? Sorry.
Yeah, of course. Take your time.
I just got shut down by mistake. Yeah, I'm starting now. Okay.
What if this person had received a little help? He would have probably survived. Like him, many in our country did not make it, especially in areas that are inaccessible. And you know what? 26% of India is still not. It was during the pandemic the idea of O2 Himalaya was born. O2 Himalaya is 99% oxygen and 1% pure air that comes from the pristine air of Sikkim's Himalayas. This is not just a first aid in a can, but an easy, lightweight and immediate access to supplemental oxygen. Hi, my name is Mandira Chetri, founder of O2 Himalaya. O2 Himalaya was born because we could not find one single solution for oxygen in the country that was portable, that was affordable, or a brand that we could trust. We at O2 Himalaya want to give to the country and the world a piece of our Himalayan oxygen that is safe and pure.
Free from contamination, which has been tested for purity and certified.
We also want to project our location in the Sikkim Himalayas as one of our unique selling proposition for the product. Although we began O2 Himalaya with first aid as our motive, we have now identified various other areas where we could find usage.
Portable oxygen cans are already gaining popularity abroad, especially in the US.
Among athletes, smokers, people traveling to high altitudes, pubs, concerts, even COPD and older people living with dementia. The most popular portable oxygen company in the US that received a funding of $1.5 million in 2019 had a revenue of $6.5 million that year, and the numbers are still growing.
Here in India at O2 Himalaya, we believe we can do so much more.
We have set up our oxygen refilling and packaging plant with our bootstrapped capital and are awaiting our purity certificate and license. What's most exciting about our project is that oxygen in cans is still a very new concept in the country, with a very small presence and no major brands leading this space. With proper marketing and branding, O2 Himalaya can become market leaders not just in our country, but across different geographies where oxygen is still being imported for hospitals and are expensive.
Our talks with interested super distributors from Nepal are also ongoing.
Canned oxygen does not have to be boring. O2 Himalaya comes with exciting colors and designs to appeal to all our customers. We rarely think about oxygen. It is the third most common element in the universe. We wouldn't be alive without it. But yet, we rarely think about it. It's time we do. Join us.
Thank you very much, Mandira. Now over to our jury members for the questions.
Hi, this is Anupama. Sorry for the video. What I'd like to know, sorry, Mandira, what I'd like to know is, have you guys thought out a distribution system? Are you tying up with hospitals? Is that already in progress?
Hi, ma'am. Actually, we just started it. It's been a couple of months, and we are, like I mentioned in the video, we're currently waiting our drug license, and we have a pharmacist on board also. So currently, in fact, today we were supposed to have a meeting with a super distributor that came all the way from Nepal to meet us, because in their country also there is just one oxygen company that imports liquid oxygen that's supplied to the hospital. But for normal people, like, as a recreational or a first aid, there is none. And the ones that come from abroad are extremely expensive. So he wants to take up distribution in the entire country. And likewise in India also, we are not looking at, like, hospitals could be one, but more than that, we are looking at it as a first aid option, as a intermediary, not as a complete replacement to medical oxygen, but a first aid that could come in hand, till you get help.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions? None. So if none, thank you so much.
Sorry, I think
sure,
I'm so sorry. I'll ask a question. So Mandira, I mean, looks like you may have a early mover advantage, but then in your opinion, what do you think is stopping other big companies? Like, when you have a competition from bigger players in the market, how do you look to combat that?
Ma'am, firstly, the one that I told you about, the one that existing in US currently, yes, it is available in the Indian market, but it is selling for 12,000 rupees because of the import, and oxygen, and it is a can, is not readily allowed to be, travel by flight and all of that. So that is one. Secondly is Sikkim as a place, ma'am, we have very few exports that we do to the country. But one thing we have is we have the Himalayas, and the third highest mountain that is present in the country is in Sikkim. So our export from Sikkim would be this. Yes, you can have another brand probably in Delhi or Bombay, but you can never, like water, you cannot replace the water that comes from the Alps than something that's coming from Delhi. So our advantage is, of course, our geography as well.
Got it.
Thank you very much. If there are no more questions, thank you so much again, Mandira. And now over to our next participant, Team Kiwi Finance. Over to you, Yash.
Yeah, I think I'm still muted.
No, you're perfectly audible.
Okay, okay.
Once you're ready, your time begins now.
Yeah. So, hi everyone. My name is Yash, and I'm the founder of Kiwi Finance. So, simply put, we offer bite-sized geography financial literacy. So, during university, I got extremely into investing as well as general money management, and I would talk to my friends and family a lot about it, as well as batchmates. And there were two main points that sort of surprised me. One, that even educated folks aren't always ready to learn about financial literacy or even money management. And two, those that are interested have a tough time figuring out how to start. So after more discussions and conversations, as well as some market research as to what's out there, I was able to pinpoint three main challenges. Starting at, there's a lot of financial content already out there, be it social media, influencers, YouTube, online courses, websites, and so on. And most of these resources generally do have a certain amount of jargon to it, which definitely adds to the overwhelming nature of trying to already learn something in financial literacy. And third, let's face it, although financial literacy is extremely important, it's not the most exciting subject there is. So this brings us to our solution. So our solution is a mobile app that aims to help you learn the basics of finance as well as your financial system. So things like investing, mortgages, taxes, credit scores, banking basics, etc. And so we hope to do this through jargon-free and bite-sized modules with offering personalized content to users. We want to make it as convenient as possible for the users so they're able to learn a fundamental concept about a topic in 5 minutes or less, right on their phone, on the go. And we want to do away with the sort of boring nature of finance and make it more interactive through gamification, discussion forums, quizzes, videos, etc. And so this is a representation of our market. So we've identified about 5.5 million smartphone users between the ages of 18 and 44 in Canada to take that actually took steps to learn something about finance, and purely through an online platform. So as for our revenue model, we're both B2C as well as a B2B. So B2C, we're a subscription-based freemium model that is available at $3 per month and gives you access to all the bells and whistles of the app. As for a B2B, we hope to be white labeling our application out to financial institutions such as banks, credit unions, so that they can educate their customers not only on their own products, but also on general financial literacy. As for the UN SDGs, we believe we align with the goal number 4, which is quality education, as well as goal number 10, which is reducing inequality. As for our team, so this I graduated in 2019, the finance specialist. I've been working with my friend from university as well, who's a content writer. And we have 2 agencies. We're currently partnering with 2 agencies, Tonic, who is our branding partner, as well as our tech development partners. And we have been incubated with 3 incubators, so IQ UTM, Sheridan, and as well as an EdTech incubator at the University of Toronto, which is Innovet. Thank you.
Thank you, Yash. Now over to our jury members.
Thanks, Yash. Can you just quickly let us know about your sales, your traction, and customers, if you don't mind?
Yes, for sure. So we're actually in our alpha testing phase. So we have been, we've gotten our prototype out and we're currently in the testing phase. So we built up about 40, an email list on our website about 40 people outside my own personal network that we're currently testing our alpha with. And we've also been in talks with University of Toronto, where they offer our MVP to their onboarding package for international students, especially.
So, Yash, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Hi, this is Anupama. My question is this content going to be available for free to your user? And
yes.
what then is your revenue model? When and how do you start making money?
Right. So how we're initially doing it is, at least for our alpha, for our MVP phase, we will be releasing it out for free. So for the initial first 2-3 months, as to our early adopters, and then eventually we'll be adding a payment gateway.
hang on. I'm causing some trouble. Just a sec, Yash. No. My connectivity is causing some trouble. 1 second. Yeah, please continue.
Yes, so we will be offering a freemium-based subscription model for a price of as low as $3 per month. So users can unlock any 5 modules that they want. And if they want to access the discussion forums and ask an expert, which we're in talks with a professor to be on board, who can answer the questions at once a week. So they'll be paying a $3 per month subscription. Although our main moneymaker would be the B2B route, which would be the white labeling of it to financial institutions, to banks and credit unions. And so a main reason that we're going B2C before going to B2B as well is that so that we are able, when we go to banks and credit unions, we're able to go with an already validated product that has traction. So that's sort of the idea about, that's sort of our revenue model. And the revenue model for B2B would also be a contract basis on a yearly subscription basis.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
Any further questions?
Sure. Yeah, so Yash, this content is generated by, you have an editorial team internally, or how have you generated this content?
Yes, so for sure. So how we generate, so as for our content team, so yes, we have a content team. So I'm one of the writers as well. So our idea is not to sort of create analysts or CAs or CFAs, something like that. It's a very surface level education. So it's sort of like a stepping stone into your world, into finance and other online courses that you may want to do. So we're not trying to compete with the Coursera's out there. We can't compete with university curated courses that give certificates. So we're trying to be the stepping stone to them. So we have professors on board. So what we do is we craft we focus on the practical questions and craft learning objectives according to those, and then create a course outline. And then based on that course outline, we create a content pyramid and extrapolate from that, have our professor verify the content, and then we sort of put it out there and test it and test out in which ways can we sort of deliver it, whether audio files, video storyboard, or even just plain text.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yash.
Thank you for the question.
So now it is time for the next participant. Team Connect, over to you.
So I'm so sorry that, as I'm traveling, just coming back from Ahmedabad, I think that to make sure that presentation doesn't actually, go well in the, to save data, I'd rather turn off the video. And
Sure, definitely, Rian.
yeah,
If that's more
yeah.
convenient
Thanks.
for you.
Great.
Your
Yeah.
time begins now.
Yeah. My name is Leon, and today I like to talk about what we do. And basically, Connect is a digital health app that enable affordable healthcare and on-time medical care. So it's a free platform which can be accessed by any person who does not have any health emergency fund to get instant loan for the immediate medical emergency expenditures. And the other part is that if they do not have insurance and if they wanted to reduce the cost of their out-of-pocket health insurance, then they can access to this platform and avail the instant discount, which will ease the burden of paying and pay a reduced medical bill. So that's the whole idea about. And this is the problem. In India, we have 62.7% who meet their healthcare expenses out of pocket, and which, as a result, millions of people are pushed to poverty each year, and 57% of the 1.3 billion does not have any health emergency fund, and which is in trade, and it's one of the pressing challenges faced by the society at large. And the solution is that creating a digital health platform which provide them ease of access to reduce the cost of their medical expenses for free, and also ease of access to fund for unforeseen medical emergency expenditures. And this is how our product looks like. And also, I just want to give a brief about how it works. How we do is we go to a hospital and we tie up with them, and we discuss that we are going to bring a patient to their hospital, and in exchange of that, we will need a commission of giving you, for instance, like 20%. Now the hospital agrees to it, and what we do is that we inform our patient or educate them fact that if you this hospital, you're going to get this instant discount to reduce the cost of your medical expenses of 15%, and which we retain 5% of it, and 15% is given to the patient, and that's how we facilitate the discount. And this is the loan is that first, when the person actually goes on, then they can check all their credit limits based on their profile, and then they can actually kind of have an idea as to how much they can access. And in case if they need more, then they can request from their peers, friends, or family member from the app itself. So we have a plan which the subscription is $499 to $199, $1,999. So in that case, they get up to 90 days without any interest, and 2.5% is charged as a processing fee, and which we break even as the to cover the cost of those disbursement to the NBFC. And the customer segment, in the essence of time, I'll just go ahead. This is how we bridge the gap, and this is the market. In India alone, 842 million is smartphone users, and which 825 million has internet subscription. And this is our competition slide. And yep, this is our business model, I'd say, in a pricing plan.
Thank you very much. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, the time is up right now, but I feel that you might be able to touch upon some other points with the jury members during the question and answer session. So over to that.
Absolutely. Great.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, hi, this is Anupama. Why would I trust your app and not my insurance company?
The reason why I would say that you should trust our app, and we are nowhere in a competition with your insurance company. So, for instance, if you go to a hospital and if you are hospitalized, let's say 24 hours or 48 hours, then you can avail the benefits of your insurance. But in an instance wherein you need to take on an ultrasound or a CT scan, or any other form of diagnostics which is not covered by insurance, then you can still leverage the benefits of our app and save money. So that's ideally the idea. So we are more like intermediate to serve, which is not covered by the insurance, but at the same time, for people who cannot afford health insurance, can have it as an alternative to an insurance.
And just as a counter question, how long would it take for us to get a loan out of your app? And what is the level of trustworthiness you need to see in the customer before you give it?
So that is, I'd say, very good question. The turnaround time when we initially started was a person should be pre-registered predominantly, and as for that matter, we actually ask them to pre-register so that they can get access to it. Right now, given the kind of help and support and incubation given to us by Social Alpha, CII, IIM Ahmedabad, and AICSMU TBI, we are making it instantly so that people get it when they need it. Because the fact is that a piece of information would not be as effective as environmental. In essence, when they need it, they would they would rather have it instead of having it for the future. So the perceived benefits should be like instant. That's what we are developing right now, and that's what we're working on. So I would say the answer would be within 20 to 30 minutes max.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any further questions? Right, if there are none, thank you so much, Lian. Now over to our next participant from Team Bone v Aero. Satya, over to you.
Hi, can you see my screen?
It's actually loading right now, but yes, now yes. If you could just go to present mode. Right, perfect. So your time begins now.
Yeah, wouldn't it be amazing a technology which can enable a flying future for everyone? Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Bonvi technology, aiming to bring air travel to streets in a smart, economic and sustainable way through development of electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle. Hi, I am Satya, co-founder and co-CEO of the company. We all want cargo to be shipped faster in an economical and sustainable way. But with the current road infrastructure, where congestion and carbon emitting vehicles cause the degradation of the environment, resulting in high cost and inefficiency. Further, on-demand, on-time transportation is a far-fetched. The world annually loses around 300 billion due to congestion, and 23% of greenhouse gases emission contributes by vehicular traffic only. Let me introduce Bonvi Technology's first platform, RM001, meant for sustainable aerial cargo transportations of 200 kgs up to 100 km on demand on time. This vehicle is capable of cruising at an average speed of 120 kmph and come with a state-of-the-art intelligence and autonomous flying capability. This makes cargo transportations carbon neutral and economic to distance and hilly terrain. The vehicle is designed with utmost safety, even in failing two propellers or propulsion system. The vehicle will be airworthy to fly and can land autonomously at a safe area in case of emergency. In case of all motors failure, a ballistic parachute will be ejected to safely descend the vehicle with cargo. The huge size of the problem which we are trying to address is further reflected in logistics segment market size, which is estimated to be 517 billion by Morgan Stanley. With one eVTOL, we estimate 200 kgs of cargo transport per kilometer to be merely around 3 euros as compared to road transportations, which is 2.5 euros in Europe, which can be further reduced as flying time increases. One eVTOL over 1 year of its lifetime is expected to generate around 1 million of revenue, with 40% will be the direct to indirect operating cost and 60% will be operating margin. The revenue, when compared with similar load, load carrying capacity on road, is approximately 5x higher. Executing this big vision of making future of safe flying to everyone requires a strong and intellectual team and technological leverage. We are a team of 15 plus passionate people aiming to disrupt the mobility sector, giving each individual a power to fly. We have combined 100 years of experience in aerospace and drone industry and 50 plus years of experience in entrepreneurship. Our team comes from elite universities and companies from India and Germany. We have 12 plus mentors, and we are taking mentors across each subsystem to make a great intellectual company. Few of our mentors coming from India, from the Army Cornell background, they have come forward and invested some capital on us. After founders, our mentors are our first backers and big believers of our idea. We are a team which strongly believes this way we would be able to contribute to our society and the Mother Earth for the better future. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Now let us proceed to the question and answer session.
Hi, Satya. Thank you for this presentation. Satya, would you be able to tell us about your actual sales, your traction, the customers you got, a pipeline? How's that going?
Okay. So, at the moment, if you see, we are just showing the technology demonstrator, and we are doing our first 50 hours of flight test. As far as tractions are concerned, we are going to show our next set of demonstrations to Indian Army immediately. Today, as we speak, Indian Army is trialing with 20 kg, smaller drones, which can carry 20 kg, and that trials are happening in many areas in Gulmarg and in the northern regions, where from January they're going to face great difficulties of transporting even kerosene, their emergency essentials like groceries and medicines and ammo. So they are doing those trials right now. There we had gone to those places and did our propulsion system test. We had got the data and we are fine tuning our vehicle. We are aiming to showcase our vehicle to those particular clients, to the Indian Army by January or February with our open sky demonstration.
How long have you been developing this?
So this has been 9 months now. We started the company in like January, February of 2021. March we formally incorporated, and but I am in this industry for last 10 years.
Okay.
So Satya, what is the lifting capacity of your drone? It's a VTOL design, right?
Sorry.
So Satya, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. So I was asking, what is the lifting capacity of your drone?
It is 200 kg over 40 kilometers.
200 over 40. Okay. And right now you're testing it in the defense sector, but I thought your primary focus is to solve some of the urban transportation problems, right? So when would you be starting that?
Exactly. So, maximum problem lies with logistics companies, and, we see that the logistics company would be using this for 90% of the time, though all these are the other defense use cases are on demand, emergency mode. We would be doing that by July 2022. So we are onboarding our pilot client by July, and our definition of onboarding a pilot client is the client will give us the order of 20 vehicles.
Thank you.
So, Satya, this is Garima here. How do you plan to finance the vehicles? I mean, of course, I understand that it's still in manufacturing and now will be tested, but moving forward, how are you planning to finance these?
Please be brief, Satya, if possible.
Sure. Yes, Garima. So the way of financing is equity financing is what we are looking at, and we are raising fund. Currently, so we are in the seed financing route right now. The seed financing will enable us to develop 4 to 5 vehicles and take them to multiple clients and demonstrate at their end.
So I'm talking about scaling up. So how do you scale up with just equity financing is my question now.
So when we scale, for example, when we secure order, we can take bank loans immediately. we can go for debt financing. We can take advance from the client itself. Like, for example, we are almost in the process of kind of getting an order from DRDO, okay, for one of their R&D projects. So they are, they're ready to give us advance capital, though it is purely an R&D at that point in time, but later also, that is the way that I believe will be good.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, the time is up. Thank you so much for your pitch. And now over to our next team, to Exemplar.
Hi, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Is my screen visible?
Yeah, the screen is perfectly visible. Your time starts now.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm from Example, and today we'll be presenting on on Example. Just a second. Yeah. So we were incorporated in 2017, and we launched our flagship brand in 2018. So it's a clear model of going live onto the YouTube, teaching students for free, and then bringing on students to our application, and then letting them subscribe to some paid courses or any kind of paid material. So today we have more than 12 million subscribers in our network, and we have more than 3.2 million app installs. We primarily deal in test prep market. We were doing stuff for government job till now, but now we are also moving towards the mainstream exams of IIT JEE, class 11, 12, and so on and so forth. We primarily deal with in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, and as we see the internet getting penetrated to these cities more, we can expect a much higher growth. So this is our story. Vivek started with this channel in 2018, and I kind of partnered with him in 2019. And till then, it was running in the name of Example, but it was more of a YouTube channel. Then we put in some money, and then we launched the mobile application. Post that, we started doing some revenue as per our courses in our application. And last year we did a revenue of 22 crores, and this year we are doing at a run rate of 4 crores a month. So seeing the market size, how this is a report from Statista, like what is the market size and how it is growing. So alone in the test prep, you can see the growth in the test prep field as well. And now and this growth kind of took a launch when Jio was introduced in the country, and now it is going to take the third gear, as Jio will be and we are very passionate about it, as Jio will be announcing their phones at a very low cost. Tier 2, tier 3 cities are going to jump in with the digital education revolution, and we are expecting much higher revenues during that time. So today we have more than 5 lakh paid customers who have subscribed to our courses. We get more than 25 lakh views on our YouTube network. We cover now kind of 100 plus exams in our application and on YouTube. We get more than 7,000 new installs each day, and we have more than 10,000 success stories which the students have cleared their exams. So this is how our app looks like today, and it's a very usable app. Students can actually use it in Hindi and English. There are multiple courses we are for each state, for each geography, to say in the northern region of India. This is a team Vivek has been teaching for more than 9 years. I lead the business part, and my father leads the finance part. So this is how the.
Pardon, I'm afraid the time is up. Sorry to be cutting you off. Let us proceed to the Q&A. Perhaps you'll be able to touch upon some points during the question and answer session. Thanks. I believe you're muted, Anupama.
Yeah, sorry. Hi. So what my question is, how is your rural penetration with this app? Or if there's not much experience on it right now, what is it that you're planning to do? Because yes, English is there and you also have Hindi, but having a smartphone doesn't necessarily mean that you are in that education space where you can access competition information, right? So, and people may not be aware. So how are you penetrating rural India? I mean, Geo is there, but how are you penetrating it?
So primarily, the first and the foremost thing, the model we have worked upon is YouTube. So generally, the cycle works like whenever a student is surfing for entertainment on YouTube, he kind of finds us on the YouTube parallelly while surfing for entertainment or any kind of source. Then we kind of catch the attention that we are teaching this, and this is how we teach. This is our pedagogy, how we teach. And why don't you just download our app and get something for free? And this is so the funnel works like the student is having a phone, he's having YouTube, and the next part is we kind of promote it for the app. So today, if you'll see, our 60% of students paying us come from rural India, which means they are not even in the tier 3 cities. They are presently working in the village near Allahabad, near Prayagraj. So these kinds of students have already been, we are in touch with, and we kind of trying to work more and more for them.
Okay. So just a quick follow up, realistically, what is your market size if you were to look at India?
So see, if I talk about the government job exams, primarily now we are also working into the K-12 category, and so till date, if I only talk about the government job, there are more than 3 to 4 crore aspirants giving different exams each year, and out of these students, each of the students is on an average spending somewhere around 10 to 15,000 on an annual basis.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions? If there are none, thank you so much. Oh, Garima, anything from your side?
Yeah, I was just unmuting myself. But then, who are your competitors currently, and what is the edge that you have vis-a-vis these competitors?
So, Edtech is kind of concentrating right now. So we can say that Byju's just acquired one of our competitors, which was Grade Up, and Unacademy is also in the market. So the thing which we have right now is the regional touch that we give to each of the students. They are primarily into more of teaching in English. We are more an app for Bharat, not for India, I feel. So we kind of give a regional touch to each of the states. So if you'll see our network, we have a dedicated channel for Rajasthan, we have a dedicated channel for MP, we have a dedicated channel for UP, so on and so forth.
Thank you very much. I'm afraid the time is up. So now let us proceed to our next participant, Meet AI. Jayendra, over to you.
Hello. Can you see my screen?
Yes, if you could just proceed to present mode. Yeah, perfect. Your time begins.
Okay. So good afternoon. This is Yandere Sharma, and the Telgro is an educational platform. It's like a public platform. So myself, Yandere Sharma, and like Khemchand Gujar, which is our advisor, runs a coaching institute, and we both graduated from IIT Hyderabad in 2015, and currently we are working on this education platform. So as we see, like both offline and online player are providing costly education. If you go for IIT, JEE, NEET or UPSC, offline coaching institute charge around 1.5 lakh, and even Unacademy charge around 40K for 1 year. And nobody, be it offline or online players, they are not offering personalization. Personalization in the sense, the content as well as illustration need to be adapted according to every student need. So suppose someone level is not very high, so we need to feed him handhold and give that kind of speed and that kind of illustration. So that's where we are coming. So we want to provide a system which cost around less than 10K in 1 year. So we are looking that kind of solution. So what we are doing, we are using publicly available material. So so whatever is, so because we see like there is good quality content available which is free publicly, how can we make use of that? And so that's the another thing. And other thing is like no system is telling when to revise. So education has three elements. First, you need to consume the material. So what we are trying to do, basically, we are trying to provide every student with an AI teacher, AI super teacher. And we are using publicly available material to make it less costly. Later, we can use our own material also. So education has three aspects. Like once you give the course, then you have test and analyze there. And then you give them suggested reading and then revision strategy when to revise. So these are the three things that we are targeting using our agent. Okay, so like IIT JEE or can be an example. So imagine like Coursera with the publicly available material, and it's an adaptive nature. So if you combine all those things, so somehow my hello.
Oh, good.
Okay, yeah. So screen got hang. So suppose like we have the Coursera like platform, and inside we have we have created the course with the public material. So like video, and then we have the illustration. Now video is not running. Sorry for that. So initially video comes, which is like some YouTube video that like some moderator on our platform has created, and then after comes some illustration which will adapt. So later video will also adapt according to the student pace or student level. So now what we are trying, like currently, like we have a knowledge profile. And knowledge profiles basically tells like how well a student know a particular topic, and change in knowledge profile can tell you like when to revise a particular concept, and we send a notification that you should go and revise this because knowledge retention is also an important part. So so we like student can create their own test. So like there's a create test. So somehow we create test, and student after reading then can create their own test. And after the test, so like you can create, and it will be like normal test. And once you create your test, I will be skipping. So yeah, once you create your test, okay, and then we will be giving the analysis. What are the weak concept? What are the strong concept? And which material you should go through for the weak concept. So that will also be.
Apologies, Jayanja. I'm afraid the time is up. Let us touch upon the other points during the Q&A with the jury members. Okay. Thank you so much. Any questions from our jury? Anupam, I'm afraid.
Again, sorry, I'm always muted. Okay. Apologies. All right. It's an interesting concept, but I would really like to understand how, while I understand that there's some algorithm that measures the aptitude of the student and adjusts the course accordingly, but how robust and flexible is this, and what do you mean by adjustment? And then what is done to bring the student at par with others, because at the end of the day he has to compete in the same examination?
Sure. So basically what happens once you cover the theory part and then you teach some illustrations. Okay. So what happens in the class, be it offline, you do not know. Like this, some example can be like low level example or can be high level example. So what we do, like we keep a knowledge profile, and according to that, so suppose we give a question to him, and if he solves, we decrease the level and try to explain him that example. Okay. So that's how like illustrations are. Like if you are doing solve, we will increase the level. If in basic sense, and if you are not doing well, we will try to see a level down, and then we will give you those examples. And the other interesting part is based on like if you see a video or some content and how you are performing on the questions after that, we can also check how valuable is that content. So the valuable content will allow people or learners to solve more questions. So on the average, if they are not able to solve, that means something wrong is there with the video. So then like we can see, okay, this guy has such kind of knowledge profile, and then we can give like slow content, like where like something is explained in more better way. So and the later the plan is to video like how students are solving after consuming a material, we can judge the video is good or bad. If video is bad, then we can create our own content. So this philosophy can be implemented in the real classes also. Like once you teach and then analyze your student, and then you can retort that particular relation by analyzing their aggregate performance.
And does the student have access to a live teacher anytime during the learning process?
So what we are trying to do, so initially, because our AI agent will not be that good, so what we are doing, like 70% of the things will be automatically there, and like weekly review, like I can see your report card, where are you facing difficulty? So it can be like once a week, twice a week, one-to-one thing.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, your slides, does it cover anything around the team or the sales or something? You want to, any other slides are there you want to quickly show us? Team
so
sales.
We do not have, we do not have any sales yet. So we are still like, so we have like question part we have handled, so that is working fine, like modeling the knowledge profile and all, but like we need to create a lot of content, so that's where we are struggling right now. So, just to get started and develop, like deploy it, we need some minimum amount of content. So we are trying to do that.
Right. Any other questions? If none, then thank you so much for your pitch. And let us proceed to our final participant of the day, Team Baz, over to you.
Hello, hi, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Hi, I hope the last doesn't mean boring. We'll try to keep it fun. So I'm Chitresh, founder and CEO of Baz. I started.
Apologies, Chitresh. Would you mind sharing the presentation?
Oh, I thought it was already shared. Is it now?
Yes, now it is. So your time begins.
Great. So I'm Chitresh, founder and CEO at Baz. I started this company while I encountered a problem. My wife was, my to-be wife at that point was trying to buy bridal wear before we were getting married. And she was looking for products in Bangalore, which we couldn't find. So she looked up for alternatives. There was a store in Bombay she could find. And while looking at the images, she wasn't convinced enough to actually make the process of buying the product. So she ended up writing to them, and they got back with saying that why don't we do like a WhatsApp video call? And by the way, this is pre-COVID. That led us to experience that entire video shopping experience, and she ended up buying a bunch of products from those guys. Obviously, the video itself was pretty well. The commerce angle was absolutely broken out of it, right? So that's when we realized that we had to do something about it. Let me take you through the journey. We believe interactivity is eating e-commerce, and I hopefully will be able to prove why we think so. This is our team. Like I personally have been an entrepreneur 2 times, got a chance to exit my first startup, and this one I ended up creating with a bunch of my friends from various universities, University of Texas, IIT, and SMU. We're backed by various angel investors and VC fund in the seed round. We have a massive market in the interactive commerce space. As we have seen, China has taken over the world by the live streaming, experiences. The market has been exploding pretty massively, almost going to take over about 30% of the total internet e-commerce market in China. Traditional e-commerce is essentially search-based, very transactional, and less trustworthy. Image and text is basically what circles around it. And interactive commerce is more of a discovery-based, recommendation, entertainment, community, and trustworthiness, which is essentially a value for money and a little better experience altogether. So the problem is absolutely straightforward. E-commerce is absolutely a boring, expensive, and lacks trust kind of industry. As of now, some of the supporting figures are 2.8% of conversion rate, $550 billion spent on just the return orders. In India, it's even more staggering numbers. Average return rate of a product is essentially about 30%. This is global figure. India is about 50. The solution we think is what if we combine e-commerce with interactive storytelling, some sort of like a middle layer of experience between offline as well as and online, which basically combines videos, live videos, in-video cataloging, checkouts, gamification, group shopping, and the likes. And that's basically what Baz offers as a layer of tech that is enabled to sell for the merchants to be able to sell products to their customers, which essentially allows them to get better on the return rate factor, increase the average order values, and 10x better conversion rates. How does it work? This is how a typical traditional e-commerce website might look like. Using bars, this is how it will potentially look like. So there are a bunch of ways in which it is executed. One is one-to-one live shopping, where there is like a one-to-one kind of video shopping experience, and there is one-to-many, where there is a single presenter and number of people watching it. And then there is like a pre-recorded video which can also be made shoppable. So that's basically how bars kind of functions. We have two products basically. One is called Air, which is more of a one-to-many kind of offering, which allows merchants to do product launches, etc. And we have Dash, which is one-to-one.
Apologies, Trish. Unfortunately, the time is up.
Sure.
So let's proceed to the round of the Q&A session.
Yeah, awesome.
Any questions from jury members?
Can you just explain to us this traction slide exactly? I mean, I know it shows 5 crores and all. Just explain that to us.
Sure. Sure. So this has been the growth trajectory since we launched it in Jan this year. Our merchants' volume of business using bars has doubled almost every single month. So for your context, like in January, our collective base of merchant did about 1 lakh of GMV, and that grew every single month twice. And last month in October, we did about 5.1 crores in GMV alone. Collectively, as of this point, we've done about 17 crores of GMV this year. We have sold about 22.5 thousand products as of this point, and we've had 0% return rate, which is a pretty important thing for merchants when they're trying to sell online. So yeah, that's a bit about the traction, and this is one of the testimony of one of our customers.
Okay, so as online shoppers, and I think most of us here are that, there's a huge number of problems we encounter. So my guess is that you've obviously studied all of those, and what you're putting together kind of steals a march on that. So looking at the progress that you're showing us, what of all the changes that you've made has had the largest impact for you to say that it's a 0% return on a 30% return market plus? Yeah.
Right. So, product wise, we've evolved quite a lot. So initially when we had started, we were primarily going after the one-to-many kind of use case, which is quite, popular. A lot of us have heard about the success stories around one-to-many kind of use case. But what we realized while executing that was a lot of creators, whether it's a store creator or an influencer of sorts, they weren't well equipped to sell online in front of a live video, right? And the kind of traction we were getting was also relatively, as you can see over here in the March, it was going pretty slowly, I would say. Around mid-April is when we launched one-to-one offering. We were, I think, in the world the second company that had adopted one-to-one video shopping kind of structure, and after that it just exploded pretty massively. So we've had merchants selling product worth rupees 13 lakh in a single one-on-one video kind of. Right, so those are some of the tweaks that we made, but additionally we make a lot of them. So for example, when a one-to-many kind of video shopping is going on, there is a gamification that triggers, right? So there will be a bunch of questions that will be thrown around on your screen. As soon as you keep on answering them correctly, there will be certain rewards that will unlock for you, and that engages the users a lot more. So these are just some of the top level things that we have done.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions? If there are none, then we are actually done for our pitches for today. And thank you all very much once again for your time and for the wonderful pitches and for the wonderful presentations. Now, our jury members will be proceeding to a separate breakout room and be receiving a notification shortly. In the meantime, we would request our startups, our participants to stay tuned, and we'll just show you a couple of videos about what ESG actually is, and another video that will tell you more about the world's to-do list, which is an initiative in line with the UN SDGs, and we're really glad to be a global accelerator for those. So we will just be moving our jury members to the respective breakout room. Just a quick second for that. I'm just assigning the jury. Wonderful. So our jury members should now receive a notification inviting them to a separate room. And in the meantime, requesting our participants to stay tuned for the announcement, because today we will be announcing 2 winners who will be proceeding further on to the Asia Confederation Finals that will be happening next week. So please be a bit patient. And now over to our other team members.
Hello. I would just kindly request all the startups to just share their social media handles on the chat so that we can tag you and we can interact with you through our social media. And we would be sharing ESG social media handles on the chat too, so that you can add us and follow us for any more updates, etc. So request all the entrepreneurs to please go ahead. Your LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. And Instagram, yeah. If you could please send us the handles, it will be great for our record. Thank you. My colleague can proceed with the presentations.
Got everything you expect, from big sport, passion, fierce competition, fans, cities pitted against cities, countries competing against countries, loyalties and support.
Right. So we have our jury members back into the main room. That means that we are nearing to our announcement of the winners of today. And just as a quick reminder, we will have these two winners that we'll be announcing today proceeding to our next round, which is the Confederation Finals for ESG 2021 in Asia. So we obviously, first of all, would like to tell you that, you're anyways the winner of your own kind, each one of you. And thank you so much for your time. And thank you so much for joining us today. But somebody has to proceed further on. So let us see who those two participants will be. So the first participant proceeding to the Asia Confederation Finals is Expressions. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And our second participant proceeding further on is Baz. Congratulations.
Baz had to leave for some important commitment, but I am going to inform him.
Yeah, we'll definitely inform Team Baz on them proceeding further on. But in the meantime, we would definitely like to say that, again, each one of you is definitely already a winner, and we really, really appreciate you moving on the quest of achieving conscious entrepreneurship and the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And perhaps a couple of parting points from our esteemed jury members for today. If any one of you would like to say a couple of words. Perhaps Vijay, Anupama, Garima, any one of you?
Sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can I go ahead? Or sorry.
Yeah, please go ahead.
See, first is I think we should always appreciate and thank the host and organizers. I have the privilege of knowing many of them, and I think the hard work, the effort to bring everyone together, make sure that they guide the startups to do well. So, to all the founders, please stay in touch with these wonderful people, because they are the ones who are a guiding force. They really care for you and they're passionate about it. So to the, the entire team, Shomik and everyone, right? I mean, all you people have done so much of good work. And to the founders, this is just a journey. There are two people are going ahead, but every single one of you has put in a lot of effort. Some of you are a little bit too early, and you're building your product, you're waiting for certain permissions, you're waiting for your customers to sign up, etc., etc. So don't stop this journey. I think you guys are wonderful. I mean, I'm from my personal angle, I'm from the community and ecosystem. Anything that I could do, could I share some of the things that you all are doing to the wider community, to the ecosystem on LinkedIn, whatever, I'm more than happy to do this. All right. So take care. And we learned a lot from you, from your passion and from the way you are tackling the problem and making a difference to the community and to the world at large. God bless. And thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much, Vijay, for the kind words and the wonderful suggestions. Anupama, Garima.
Yeah, hi, this is Anupama. I'm luckily not on mute this time. So firstly, great stuff, guys. I mean, we did have two clear winners, and I think we were largely in agreement there. But, I think the point difference is really, really very small. So as, Katrina also said, I think all of you are doing great jobs in the spheres that you are in. And I was quite blown away by some of the ideas, and they've got great potential. And I hope you guys find your funders, and I hope you guys find your customers and continue to grow. Thank you so much. And thank you to ESG for bringing us here together. It's always great to see all these great ideas. And, believe me, I do a podcast with successful entrepreneurs, and I can tell you all of them are successful after many years of hard work. So just keep at it. And I think success is around the corner. Thank you, everyone, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And perhaps Garima, maybe a couple words from you.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks, Team ESG for absolutely bringing us together. And I think I know a couple of startups here. They've heard me speak, I think, with their incubators as well. And they have some great potential, great ideas. And like Anupama said, I think perseverance is the only way forward for all entrepreneurs. So I think best of luck for you guys in your journey.
Thank you very much, Garima. And last but not least, maybe a quick testimonial from one of our two winners today.
I guess I'm the only one here. The other one is not there. So I think I would say this is a wonderful experience. Thanks to all the mentor and ESG for this opportunity. And I'm completely surprised, but yes, I completely agree with Garima that hard work, and Garima and Anupama, you mentioned that hard work pays off, and we are in this journey, and these are the little milestones that takes us forward. So we are looking forward. Thank you again, and we are looking forward for the next step. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And with that, once again, thank you all for your participation and time. Have a wonderful evening and weekend ahead. And with that, we would like to finalize today's event and close ESG India 2021. And would love to see you next year as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.